From East Rutherford, New Jersey, and on the campus of Becton Regional High School, the St. Mary Gales take on the Becton Wildcats. Good evening and welcome to Becton. Alongside Jack Rizzo and producer Bobby Blackjack, I'm Elijah Weintraub. We're getting set for an epic interscholastic contest in the NJIC in the Meadowlands Division. The Gales enter today at 3-1. Becton at 2-4. The Gales coming off of a bad loss on the Jack Stone tournament to Dickinson, 64-60, and Parkridge is their final loss for Becton entering this game. Both these teams coming off losses, 67-66, a close game for Becton entering this one. Both these teams trying to get back into the win column. One of them will tonight. What should we expect from both these teams tonight, Jack?
Well, expect St. Mary's to come out strong. That's what they've done last year, plus 132 point differential in the first quarter. The reason why they won so many games last year, they got off to strong starts. They've got to do that today. As for Becton, Eli, just got to keep up the pace. They got to play good defense. They got to make their 3-pointers, and they need to just keep up the pace with the Gales.
Cunningham will take it from there. Sam the other way. Kennedy for three. No good. Rebound collected by Becton and down the other way is the quarterback, John Palsy. Passing it to Danny Woolner. Shot for three. Hits the rim, but no good. Sam the other way to Kennedy. Kennedy outside the three. Sam with a drive to Cunningham. Cunningham passing it around behind the three. Sam for three. Misses it. Rebound collected by Becton and down the other way. Danny Woolner takes a step, hands it to Palsy. Shot for three. No good. Hits the rim. And the other way comes Kennedy. And BJ bangs it in there for a three. Gets the first point of the game.
Yeah, that's a great look for BJ Cunningham. He's a great three-point shooter. Hasn't fully gotten going yet this year, but that's a good sign for him, especially that corner three. That's something that we saw LJ Falcone do a lot last year. And to see BJ doing that's a really good sign for the Gales.
A great sign and a quick rebound there for the Gales and down the other way. Right away with the steal is Becton. Becton clears, shot. Off the rim again, can't execute.
Yeah, and Becton's nowhere to be seen for these defensive rebounds. They got to get someone in the paint to fight for these offensive rebounds. Otherwise, it's one shot and the possession's over.
Merrick attempted, but instead traveled, and it goes over to Becton. Becton will now head the other way with Dylan Betha. Dylan. And stealed by Matthew Kennedy. Shot! Missed it and scores.
Yeah, it was a bit awkward. I think Andy was going for the dunk, but I think he felt the pressure from behind. So he didn't let it. Fortunately, he was still able to rattle around and get it to the net.
Absolutely, yeah. And when I said miss, I missed the dunk is what I was referring to there. Nearly touched out. Looks around. Palsy. Drive. Shot. Scores. Becton gets on the board with two.
Nice little layup there, Eli. Good passing by Becton. They're finding open shots, and they're over top of flies there. They've got to do some work. They have a size advantage to St. Mary's. They got to do some work in the paint.
And a quick rebound there for Becton. Taking the ball away. Shot. Missed it. And a foul is called instead. Foul's going to be on Merrick Olkowski. That is going to be the first for the Gales. And first for Olkowski. Now the Gales, unfortunately, do love to foul a lot, and that's what we saw a lot in the Dickinson game. It ultimately costed them at the end of the day. Fouls and heading to the line.
Yeah, the Gales found out a lot last year, Eli, especially the senior Sammy Tornavene and Victor Torres as well. They've got to clean that up this year.
Kennedy drives with the shot and gets two in. Gives it a 7-2 lead.
Yeah, Kennedy's looking good, Eli. He's just such a terrific player. He's a great shooter. He's got good size. He's great in the mid-range. He's great in the paint. And he's a good defensive player as well. So really complete player for this Gales team.
Prior to entering this game, he had 83 points and 15 rebounds. Big numbers from him, the Lodi transfer and junior. So still has one strong more year to come.
And he was terrific for Lodi last year as well. Remember, the Gales played against Matthew Kennedy last year in the Bergen County Jamboree, and they only let him score 8 points.
What a block there from Olkowski, and down the other way is Sam. Misses the opportunity, but what a block there.
That is one of the best blocks I have seen since we started doing games in St. Mary's. That was with authority, and now he gets tripped and fouled.
Tripped and fouled. Wait for the assist. It's going to be on Becton. That is going to be there first.
You know, Eli, Merrick is an interesting player. He comes from Montclair, and he's a player that St. Mary's didn't really have last year. He's got really good size. He's only about an inch shorter than what Victor Torres was. The thing with Olkowski is he's great from outside the arc as well. Really good three-point shooter. He can work inside. He's a really good post player, and he's a really valuable player for the Scales team to have.
Tymir Reeves in for Xavier Sam. Tymir drives, looks for open room, gives it to Cunningham, to Santos. Kennedy for three. Gets it in there, making it look good and easy. 10-2, Wildcats.
Both threes for the Gales have come from that left corner. We'll see if they continue to go there in their next few offensive possessions.
An opportunity for Becton, missed it. The door's open instead. And the door's open this time, 4-2.
Yeah, well, DJ Cunningham was trying to say that in the Gales possession, but instead he actually caused Becton to get a free 2-point. So love the hustle the Gales are showing.
Kennedy with another three.
It's too easy, Eli. He's just such a tremendous shooter, incredible anticipation, and perfect form as well.
Tymir Reeves trying to get the rebound. Unable to. Becton sets up with the drive, the shot, and instead a foul comes in. It's going to be on Merrick Olkowski again.
Yeah, Eli, we might see Merrick come out in a minute because he already has 2 fouls in this game. You don't want him to keep rocking fouls. As you see, a couple of the Gales reserve players getting ready to check into this game. But I like what I'm seeing from the Gales. They're getting open looks all around the court, especially on that left side. That left side has been where they've really thrived so far today.
Danny Woolner is at the line for Becton. He gets the first one in, and the subs come in. Jesse Golfan in for Alon Santos, and Noah Garson in for Merrick Olkowski, who had the fouls.
2 more transfers, yeah. This is a team full of them, and they are all juniors, funny enough. But these transfers, they all bring a different skill set, and they've all really helped out this team so far.
Again, lots of seniors were lost last year, so something had to be done. And that's what Coach Gassion and his coaching staff did. Pick up a lot of transfers and have executed that very well indeed. Tymir Reeves with the ball now with Golfan ready. Golfan looks, pass to Kennedy. Garson has pressure. Kennedy to Golfan. Reeves for three. And that's a violation for touching the holder of the hoop.
Again, Eli, another three-point attempt from the corner. Becton hasn't really been guarding the corner, guys. So we'll see if the Gales continue to take three-point and maybe even some mid-range shots from the corner.
Becton will control it the other way, but defensive pressure there from Tymir Reeves. Golfan and Garson with the block. Something we've seen a lot of tonight. A lot of blocks from this Gales team. Jesse Golfan is in trouble and gets a foul.
Ridiculous play by Noah Garson. We already saw, so the Gales have 2 terrific blocks in this period, and Garson did a great job because he hustled back to make that block. Golfan was the defender on that play. He got beat by the Becton player, and Garson came out of nowhere to just block that shot and save 2 points. Just a tremendous hustle play from him. That's something that Coach Gassion's going to love watching back on film.
Becton called a timeout here. It is a full timeout, their first of the game. And as you mentioned, Coach Gash watching the film. And speaking of Gash, shout out to his family watching from Florida, and Luke as well, and Texas, and Luke who's doing homework. Coach Gash always says.
Yeah. Well, Luke was one of the best players in the history of our program. 4-year starter with St. Mary's, 5th all-time on the points list all-time. Yeah, he's definitely this carry line. But, hopefully the boys basketball team can have another great season to carry on the legacy.
Absolutely.
All these great players that have walked through the doors of St. Mary's have left.
St. Mary's head coach by Brian Gassion, assisted by Bill Mulcahy, Tommy Truberg, Joe Nitty, and Chris Bukta. On the other end, Daniel Balavan is the head coach of Becton, assisted by Joe Krifossi, Bob Zimmerman, Dan Hannes, Al Berneman, and Nicola Mitrodona. Now St. Mary's will get possession of the ball when we return from the break. It'll be Kennedy to take out for the Gales. Minute 58 to go in the quarter.
Watch the corners here, Eli. That's where the Gales will thrive so far.
And it is by 3, keep in mind. Cunningham from the middle with 3, no good. Becton collects the rebound.
I say watch the corners and then they try a straightaway 3, It's just the complexity of the game of basketball.
Just a jinx luck. Another shot there, off no good. Becton gets nowhere there. St. Mary's on the other side. Has Kennedy for 3. Misses it. And Becton collects the rebound. Down the other way, has defensive pressure. Watch if they don't foul on the right-hand side. Shot for three. Missed it.
Becton is just not making their shots right now. They're getting some open looks, they just can't capitalize.
And a travel there by the Gales and BJ. He'll back the other way. Elon Santos comes in for a sub. He'll take in for Matthew Kennedy.
Yeah, like Kennedy was the one who had the travel on that one. But, you know, it's been an interesting start to this game. I think both teams are getting open looks. I think Becton's actually has some open three-point looks. They're just not making their shots in St. Mary's row. That's ultimately the difference in this game. And St. Mary's has made some tremendous defensive plays.
Tremendous indeed. Looking around is Becton, holding short. Another opportunity, drives, loses control, avoids the half-court line with a violation. 50 seconds to remain and go. Travel called, and it heads to the Gales.
Tremendous defensive pressure there. The Gales really broke down on the Becton player in the paint and caused that travel. So great job by the Gales defense again, Eli. They've had a tremendous first quarter, only about 6 points on the board so far.
36 seconds, and here's Cunningham for a three, and gets it there.
Once again, Eli, a left side triple. I believe every single three in this first quarter for the Gales have been from that left side. They are thriving over there right now.
Less than 20 to play. Becton in control, drives. Instead, it's going to be an offensive foul on Danny Woolner.
Yeah, great defense again by Noah Garson. He made the block before. He's had a great first quarter defensively. Really good defensive player. Like, brings good size at 6'4" for the Gales, and he's certainly shown that in the first quarter.
12 seconds remain. We'll maybe get one more shot here. Reeves has it. Cunningham loses control. Gales get the ball back again. 4.8 remain.
Now keep in mind, Eli, 4.8 seconds left, but the Gales don't have their best three-point shooter, Matthew Kennedy, on the floor right now.
Santos shoots. Misses it, and that ends the quarter. 16-6. So the score, Gales up. Back for quarter two in just a moment. So I was wrong clearly about it. Yes, Mike's going. Are we off? Welcome back to Becton, New Jersey, and high school basketball on Surge Sports and the Basketball Network. Today's game is sponsored by Proven Italian Eatery of Moonachie, New Jersey, and Higher Level Healing of Lyndhurst, New Jersey. Visit those locations today. You can also stream this game on Amazon Fire TV and Roku TV. And right away is BJ with the block intended for Becton. Incomplete, instead a foul. Incomplete and no basket for Alon Santos.
That was a beautiful feed, Eli, by B.J. Cunningham to be able to find Santos who's coming to the net and ultimately draw the foul. Tremendous recognition by the senior, Eli. And that's the experience there, recognizing that Santos was wide open in the paint.
Santos at the line for two now. 16-6 your score. First basket is good. One awaits. Santos so far this season has made 5 free throws. Entering tonight's game, adds to his overall scoring record, 38. is his total for the season in points. Downside the other side. Here's Becton. Shot. Missed it. Now we're not giving numbers for Becton, so we are trying to do our best and calling the game for Becton side. We hope to get numbers a little bit later on from the team to match the players' names. Bad turnover for the Gales, and BJ's there to keep it away, but it's still Becton ball. Excellent effort there.
Wow, Eli, this is a tremendous defensive performance from the Gales. They struggled a little bit. They struggled defensively against Dickinson, but here they are just playing outstanding defensively.
Xavier Sam out, Tamir Reeves in the next drive. Becton waits, looks for open room. Kennedy is there, guarding with Wallner. Wallner drives, shot, scores.
There's the size advantage. I talked about it a little bit before. The Becton definitely has a size advantage in this game. That's what they need to do more of. Use their size to get to the basket and get layups like that.
Marek Olkowski looks for open opportunity. Santos is there. He's got BJ. BJ to Kennedy. Kennedy. Santos. Santos throws it to Cunningham. Cunningham for two. Missed it. And rebound taken by the Becton Wildcats.
Four great passes. They kept going east to west, west to east with those cross-court passes. I like what I'm seeing from them, Eli. The teamwork has been really good today. Just got to execute on some of those final shots.
Executing indeed. Wallner passing it around. Holds, waits, lets the time run. Shot for three, bangs in there from number 13. And a timeout will be called. It'll be a full timeout for St. Mary's, looking for some moments to catch up with the team.
First triple for Becton today. They desperately needed a shot like that to get their offense back in the game because their defense is starting to pick it up now, causing some turnovers on the St. Mary side, putting pressure on the Gales, and finally to see the offense come away with a three like that, that's big for Becton's confidence. And here, Eli, only down by 7. They've been outplayed most of this game, but they have managed to stay in it with the Gales here midway through the second quarter.
Yes, indeed. Now Becton will hold second place currently in the Meadowlands Division with the Gales on first at 3-1. And this game will determine a lot about who will control the NJIC overall. Becton currently down by 7. 6. 7.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. St. Mary's will play Becton again later on in the season at home. All the teams in the Meadowlands Division, they play twice, one home, one away. So these games are very important, Eli. You don't want to overlook these games. Division games, anything can happen, especially on the road. You got to make sure you come out and play your best basketball.
Absolutely, and the Gales will have another matchup on Monday. They take on Woodridge at 7 o'clock, and Wallington is Becton's opponent also at 7 o'clock on Monday. Both, again, in conference division games for both those teams. Cunningham gives it to Kennedy. Kennedy for three. Just off the rim.
I think that might have got partially blocked, Eli, in the corner. Really good defensive play by number 1.
Control goes back to Becton with 5:48 to go.
All right, Eli, here come the Wildcats with some momentum. They're causing some mistakes in the Gales offensive zone, and they're only down by 7. You get a 3 here, Eli. You're only within 2 possessions.
2 possessions. Indeed. With Danny Wallner. Pass it. Travel called on Becton and goes over to the Gales.
Basketball's such a tough sport, Eli. You know, you think you make a great play and you just take 1 step too extra and it's a travel, and there goes your offensive possession. And this is a really good time for the Gales to take advantage. They're on a bit of a scoring drought right now. They really need to get a basket here.
And watch clock management. Control as much of time as needed. Kennedy with another 3. Santos is there to rebound. Watches that he does not get out of bounds. Becton rebounds and collects.
He tried to throw it off the knee of the Becton player, but ultimately it took a funny bounce and ended up going over to Becton, but now the Gales get it right back.
Another travel called. Goes back to the Gales.
You know, Eli, this would probably be like a 1-point game or a 2-point game if Becton wouldn't have trouble. They probably have about 3 or 4 at this point in the game. It kills offensive possessions and it allows the Gales to kill more time and get more offensive chances. And they're due for a basket at some point.
Shot there from Santos, no good. Becton collects the rebound. Collecting the rebounds, no problem there. Gales aren't able to when in the offensive possession mode. Wallner shot, gets another basket in there, cuts the lead down to 5. It is now a 2-possession game.
He did that earlier on Matthew Kenny. That's the second time he's done that to him in this quarter. Really good sign for Becton, Eli. And they're now within just 5 of the Gales.
Shot, scores for 3. And Santos is there.
That was a beautiful feed by Matthew Kenny. Beautiful skip pass all the way across the court. And Santos, perfect timing on that to get the 3.
And Cunningham makes it look easy. Defying gravity for 2.
Well, Eli, that's the fire the Gales need. Again, they've struggled in the second quarter. Cunningham making nothing. We're going to fire up the team. And hopefully the Gales start to take advantage now and start to pull away from Becton here a little bit.
It is now going to be Gales ball with 4:03 to go. Reeves looks, waits. Kennedy clears it away. Is Becton with the rebound. Shot. Missed it, no good again. Down by 10 is Becton. Cunningham the other way for the Gales. Shot for 2. Gets it in there. Cuts the lead. Makes the lead even further for Becton.
Beautiful pull-up, Jay, there, right from the free throw line. Cunningham made himself open when he was covered and was able to knock down that 2.
A 3 there for Becton. Cuts this game down to a 9-point game. Timeout call by Becton. It's going to be a full timeout for Becton, their second of the game. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. We are back. Don't forget to watch a ton of podcasts and shows on Surge Sports, including Sports with Mono Mono live every Saturday at 10 in the morning. Our show, the 12th Horseshoe Podcast, on Tuesdays and Fridays. Carlos Podcast on Coaching Carlos Podcast. And, of course, 401 Sports, live twice a week on Surge Sports. Tymir Reeves, the outside. That's Golfan. Golfan for 3. Just short. Becton collects.
Good forward line to Becton defense line at that 3-point attack. Golfan, I don't think he's going to see the basket. That's
And
the
2 points in for Becton, trying to cut this lead down even smaller and hopefully to take the lead for the half. Here's Reeves. He's got Cunningham. It's Kennedy. Cunningham again. Cunningham, Reeves for 3. No. Becton collects. And down the other way. 2:20 to go. Waits for it, shoots. Foul is called on the Gales.
Well, Eli, talking about Becton.
Foul.
I'm sorry. The one place they've had success so far tonight offensively is in that low block area on the right side. So we'll see if Becton continues to try to do that, get these layups, and try to chip out the Gales.
First shot is made. Foul was on Noah Garson, 34 at the line. Second shot is no good. Got 1 for 2. Kennedy, 3, no good. Rebound collects. St. Mary ball.
This is one of those rare games though, where Matthew Kennedy is struggling from beyond the arc today. It just hasn't been his day. But fortunately, the rest of the team has really stepped up.
And just like that, the man you talked about, Cunningham, gets another 3, having a fantastic night tonight.
He sure is, Eli. Guess where that 3 came from? One spot of the field, a corner. Once again, that's where all the Gales' success has been tonight from beyond the arc.
And he's tried it a couple times down the middle, and of course he had the dunk. Pretty amazing to see there. And a travel there from Becton. That's one big problem for Becton, the travels.
They're just hurting themselves, Eli. They've had plenty of opportunities to chip out the Gales' lead, but they keep traveling, they can't get their rebounds. So Becton, Eli, they're getting scoring chances. They just have to start capitalizing on that.
Less than 90 seconds to play. Golfan with Reeves. Reeves and Golfan play around. Shot for Cunningham. Gets it in there with pressure.
Well, Eli, this has been an outstanding game for Major Cunningham on both sides of the court. He's just so versatile offensively. He can score from outside, he can score from inside. Just an incredible player, Eli. And the perfect leader for the Gales team to have.
Golfan has Reeves. Cunningham for 3. Just missed it there. And a foul is called with under a minute to go. Foul is against St. Mary's. Becton will control the ball.
You got to give a lot of credit to the Wildcats here, Eli. Thought of as a massive underdog in this game. They have kept it close to St. Mary's. Now they're down by 11, but they're playing better defense, and they've gotten some good scoring chances, Eli. And we've seen them hit a couple of threes. They've done good at the low block area in the offensive zone. Let's just see if they can stop traveling and if they can capitalize more from beyond the arc.
And that was something you mentioned all along, beyond the arc. Where will they execute? Here's Cunningham the other direction. He's got opportunity. He shoots. Misses it. And a jump ball will be called. Stays in possession of the Gales.
You got to give a lot of credit, Eli, to Noah Garson. I know he hasn't scored any points tonight, but I've been watching him most of the game. He's been outstanding. He's had some really good screens on offense. He's made some nice blocks on defense, and you saw him there fighting for that rebound. Give a lot of credit to Noah Garson.
Reach for 3. No good. Kennedy with the rebound. With Cunningham there. Cunningham for 3. No. And Becton controls with 25 seconds to go.
This is kind of what we saw last year. The Gales were a much better three-point shooting team at home. On the road, they often struggle from beyond the arc. And we were there at Montclair Immaculate. They really struggled from 3 in that game.
Wallner has pressure. Whistle blown out of bounds. Stays with Becton with 12 seconds to go. Becton takes out. Wallner's there. 10 seconds remain. Looks for opportunity. Clean and through. And a foul. And the basket will count. It's going to be a foul on Kennedy. 2 shots. Basket does not count.
That's what I thought. I thought I heard the whistle. All right, Eli, here's a chance for Becton to make it a single-digit lead going into halftime. These are 2 big free throws right here.
First shot. In. Subs come in. Garson out. Santos in. 3 seconds to go. Lead for the Gales, 10.
Now, keep in mind here, Eli, unlike the first quarter, the Gales have their best three-point shooter, Matthew Kennedy, on the floor here as time winds down.
St. Mary's rebounds. Becton collects. Shot. He makes the basket. But they're debating it.
I think it's going to count.
The officiating, they're debating it. The refs are deciding.
I think
The Gales are walking away. Refs deciding it. Here's the replay. Tough call. It really is a tough call. I think it counts,
I
though.
think it's going to count, Eli. I think he got it off like a half second.
The basket counts. And the lead for the Gales by 8. 30-22 is your score. Basket counts. We'll double check at the start of the third quarter. But right now, the basket stands 30-22. We'll return with more basketball coverage right here on Surf Sports and the Basketball Zone Network. Very nice.
I'm showing you, not the Rangers. Are we on?
We welcome you back to Becton and East Rutherford, New Jersey. Jack Rizzo, my Blackjack, our producer Elijah Weintraub here, getting ready for second half action. Now, before the break, we mentioned that we had a buzzer beater. We weren't sure if it counted or not. We said it did, and it stands. Following with the break, they did confirm it does count. So the score is 30-22 with an 8-point lead for the Gales. That is close. A lot closer than usual. The Gales need to be in some comfort zone, but Becton gets control of the ball for this first possession.
Well, I was impressed with Becton's performance in the first half. I like the overlooks they're getting on offense. I like some of the plays they made on defense. Now it's time for them to put away their offensive mistakes and capitalize on offensive mishaps for the Gales.
Basket made for three, and the lead is cutting closer. 25 points up now. Down by 5. Becton's bench is getting rowdy. The Gales need to wake up here. Kennedy loses control of the ball, but contains it for the Gales.
Well, you don't want to get the players and the crowd back into it, Eli. The Gales really do that.
Kennedy, Sam, Olkowski for 2. Olkowski missed it. Becton collects. Down the other way they go.
Again, Eli, another overlook for the Gales, but Olkowski not able to make the short.
Shot for 3. No good. An opportunity there. Hurry down the other way. Diving shot to Elon. Elon looks to Cunningham. Cunningham drives. Olkowski throws it away. And it goes to Becton.
Yeah, Eli, just another offensive miscue. Marek Olkowski started this game strong with a couple of blocks. Has struggled here early in the third quarter. Gales needs to lock in, Eli. Only have a 5-point lead against a team that they were heavily favored to beat.
Xavier Sam providing pressure. Shot for 3. And it's stuck inside the heart.
Who's gonna get it?
Ghostbusters. Now, we would play Jeopardy music, but that is copyright. So we'll just have to wait. Oh, nope. Here's the first try, and the second time he gets it down. And
DJ's big night continues.
live from all of us here. I mean, you're not wrong, though.
Yeah.
But here comes Sam the other way.
Unbelievable precision by Cunningham.
Can we get a replay on that?
that?
I want a replay on that one up close. Golfan for 3. Kennedy for 2. And 1. I know you should have replayed it.
I thought we were going to replay that one.
No.
Great. Well, another open look, Eli, for the Gales was Calfane in the corner. Great job by Kennedy being right there for the putback. He struggled in the paint today, but able to get that one. Let's see if he can make the free throw.
Kennedy looking to make it 3 and does. Bobby said, Jack, that we should have replayed the BJ getting the ball. I think that might have been the best play of the game.
It probably was.
And now, he had the dunk, though. Now the other way now. Shot. Missed it, and a foul instead against St. Mary's.
Well, Eli, I just mentioned how Matthew Kennedy has struggled in the paint tonight. There's another miscue there for him. He's just getting beat inside right now, Eli, and it causes a foul, and now Becton goes right to the line. Chance to make it a 6-point game.
And Wallner's now at the line for 2. He's looking to add to Becton's lead. Gets the first one without a doubt. Cuts the lead down to 7. Second shot for Wallner. Off the rim.
Great physicality by the Gales. They had 3 guys there, no red shirts. Great job by the Gales off that free throw, getting the rebound.
Love the effort there. Here is Kennedy for 3. Off the rim again. Sam has it. He's looking. He shoots. He's got it and 1.
That's the second straight.
You got a replay?
That we've had fastest three-point in the corner. Gales do a great job getting offensive rebounds, doing a great job finishing. Now they're at the line looking to make it a three-point play.
And Quentin Bunn, the junior, heads into the game now. Very powerful on the JV side of things, and now enters the game. Lead by 10 now for the Gales with 6 to play. Down the other way. Here's Becton. Looking around. And here comes Santos to Cunningham. Cunningham gets it there. Timeout called by Becton. It's going to be a full timeout once again. Full timeout, and we will step aside. We'll be right back. My favorite movie of all time is Insomnia. Yeah. Welcome back. 38-26 your score. Talking about movies during the break.
Yep, that's right.
We'll get to some movie topics in just a second, but more back to basketball. Cunningham has it.
How about Quentin Bunn so far? He's caused some really good defensive pressures.
No basket made despite the basket going in. Instead, we're going to be at the line for 2. Quentin Bunn will be there. First time we're going to see him get some points. I don't know. I'll throw it now.
Yeah, the foul happened before he took the shot.
We're reviewing now on the iPad here how it was on the floor. And now, call fan for 3. Missed it there. Now the other way is Becton.
Since the first quarter, Eli, the Gales are getting nothing from the three-point line. It's been a struggle for them today.
It has been a struggle indeed. 38-26. Becton looks around, drives. Instead, it's a travel once more. The biggest problem for this team, for Becton, travels. Gales get control.
That was a pretty good first shift, Eli, as a varsity player for Quentin Bunn.
A fantastic first shift indeed. Here it is. Santos. Both fake. And no good. Both of them try to fake it and then make it. All the way is Becton. 34 and another travel. And the basket was there, but no, the travel got it there first.
Well, Eli, these travels also reflect on St. Mary's and their inability to put this game away. Becton's traveled so many times up, but the Gales just can't get anything on the other side of the floor, and that's why Becton's been able to stay in this game.
Yeah, great points there, Jack. Not able to get it done. Here's Cunningham, though. He tries. Instead, he gets a foul by Wallner.
That was a nice screen, Eli, by Justin Calpayne there to give Cunningham a bit of a lane to shoot. And Becton, foul's starting to pile up now here in the third quarter. They've got 4 now, and we still have over half the quarter to play. These are 2 big free throws right here for him to make.
Huge. Made the first one. Extends the lead now by 13. And make it 14 now, as the second layup is good. Here comes the other way. That is Cunningham. Cunningham shoots, drives, has Califan for three. He's got it. Right side didn't work, but the left side does. He's got 3 to add to the board.
He had to get one at some point, Eli. He's had so many open looks that he missed all of them, but as you said, left side worked. And that's been the thing tonight, Eli. That's been the common theme is the left side triple. They have worked for the Gales all night long, Eli, whether it's been from the corner or from the wing.
Another 3 opportunity, no good. Rebound collected by the Becton Wildcats. Shot there. Foul by the Gales. That's going to be on Alon Santos at the line for 2 now will be Becton. The line for 2. Chop. Meets first one.
If Becton wants to stay in this game, though, they've got to make every single free throw that they have. This is their best opportunity to score points. They've been creating lanes and they've been drawing fouls, but they've got to hit on these free throws if they want to stay in this game.
They have to indeed. Second shot, got it, no problemo. And here's the Gills the other way. Here's Cunningham. Santos. Sam looks around. Calfan. Cunningham. Mates it there, no problem.
Beautiful pass, Eli, by Jesse Calfan. Calfan's having a really good third quarter. This might be his best quarter he's played as a Gale so far. A beautiful feed of Cunningham and for an easy mid-range jumper.
Another foul on Alon Santos. And now at the line again for 2. This is going to help Becton get some more points here as we wind down this third quarter with 3:24 to go.
We just mentioned it, Eli. Becton's had a lot of opportunities, and this is the best chance they've had scoring points. Are all the times they've been able to get to the free throw line tonight. And again, they've got to just keep making them, and they'll be able to stay in this game.
Indeed, and it looks like they're preparing for like a presentation or something back down on the other side. Watch out, see what that's for. Second shot, makes it there.
Josh Falcone now for the Gales, Eli.
Josh Falcone instead gets a travel. Becton gets control.
Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that, Eli. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, please blame Jack Griswold that one. It's okay. We all do this. Becton keeping it alive. Oh, looks like we have a 1,000-point scorer on the line. Made it. Okay, now watch out. It looks like 13 for Becton is near 1,000 points. We have banners and everything ready to go, so watch out. Here's a shot. Missed it. Here it is for 1,000 points on the line. Missed it there. The crowd's ready to go wild. Well, St. Mary's given the opportunity. Josh Falcone gets his points in and gets the basket there.
He plays so much like his brother, Eli. LJ was one of the smoothest high school players I've ever seen.
And there it is, 1,000 points for 13. And congratulations to him. I don't know. We don't know. What's his name?
Well, great call by you, Eli. A fantastic moment here at Becton High School.
Too bad we don't have the name.
And he did it in style, too, with a three-pointer.
Well, congratulations to him. 1,000 points for him. Adrian Brozon. Rozon.
That's a class act, Eli. My coach Gassion going over to congratulate him.
The same respect was given to Luke Gassion. The last time a 1,000-point score happened here was 2020. And by the name of Al, it looks like from the name we're seeing here. So special moment there. Congratulations there. 1,000 points for Al Rosen. Congrats there. Isn't that something special?
It certainly was, and he didn't style to with the three-pointer.
Cunningham for three. He's got it. What do we go? There's a call. Took it away.
It's been his night, Eli. It really has been.
Yeah, but there's a call. Maybe not. It's against St. Mary's, I think.
Might be a technical. Yep, technical.
Technical foul is called.
So
What happened? We're currently watching the replay now from our overhead monitor here. Again, this play will happen, but we're going to double check on the replay here to see what exactly happened for the technical to be called. Here it is. We're looking closely here at our replay. Cunningham shoots. I don't see it.
I don't know.
It might have been on a coaching, maybe celebration or on coach.
I don't know.
One or the other is a possibility. One or the other, but regardless, though, technical's called. And Coach Gash.
Looks like both coaches are not happy with the refs right now.
Not happy at all with the calls there. Just watch out that they don't get technical. They're thrown out of this game. That will not be good. Here it is now. Call fan. Loses it. Becton gets the other way. Here's another opportunity now for Becton. Looks around. Shot. Missed it. Rebound collected. Becton another opportunity. Foul's called.
Well, Eli, that was a great possession by Becton. They kept getting their offensive rebounds, and that led to the foul. The more chances you can get, the more likely you are to score points.
Absolutely. On that regards, that's gonna be there again. A lot more fouls this quarter. 5 fouls for the Gales, 4 so far on Becton. And we're a minute 28 left in this third quarter. Still got one more quarter to play. Makes it there. Now down the other way is Reeves. Cunningham. Reeves waits around. Here's Goffin. Missed it. Double dribble called. Becton's looking around. Waiting for the opportunity. Less than a minute to play in the third quarter. Here's a shot there. No good. And Gales take over. Here's Cunningham. Falcone for three. Missed it. And Becton gets control. Loses control. Here it is. Tamir Reeves has it. 30-second timeout called by St. Mary's. All right. Wow, that was a crazy one there, Jack.
It seems like Coach Gascioni not happy with his team's performance here.
Despite the lead.
Yeah, despite the lead. Well, they haven't played their best by any means. There's been a lot of mistakes, a lot of missed opportunities. They're not shooting particularly well. They've missed a couple of rebounds, and they've had a couple of other struggles. They've struggled, and the fouls have started to rack up for them as well, especially here in the second half.
Absolutely. 50-37 is your score. Winding down the time here. 42 seconds remain when the timeout is over. Cunningham will take out. Good timeout, by the way, by Coach Gash.
I agree.
Here it is now. Reeves. And Kennedy. Kennedy for 3. Off again. An off night for him. Double dribble called. Goes to the Gales. A little late, but they got it.
Becton's offensive, they're just hurting themselves. And again, I know they're down by 13 but they've had so many of these offensive miscues that even if they just clean that up, they could be a little closer, maybe get in the lead in this game.
Tamir ordered to hold the ball as the time winds down. Less than 20 to play. Calfan is going to burn the clock down as much as possible. It's cut between Calfan and Kennedy. Reeves with it. He's going to drive. Cunningham gets the last shot. Missed it. Becton will control it. Wouldn't that be great if that made it, but fortunately, wouldn't have counted though. But good effort there. 50-37 is your score. We'll be back after this to wrap it up with one more quarter. We are back. One last quarter to play. Gales held a commanding 13-point lead over the Becton Wildcats, and we are glad you joined us here on Surge Sports tonight. By Blackjack, Jack Rizzo, Elijah Weintraub. We're sponsored by Prova and Higher Level Healing. Here is Xavier Sam outside the 3. Xavier Sam for 3. Got it there! 53-37, they got it there.
What a time, Eli, for his first basket of the night. A huge 3 to extend the lead to 16 in the fourth quarter.
Another basket made there for Becton. 39-53, cutting it close.
Another defensive breakdown by the Gales. Becton has some chances that will take a 2-on-1 here.
2-on-1. Regain now. They'll rework it now. Here's Cunningham for 3. Missed it. Cleared the other way.
Again, Eli, Cunningham was defended really well. I don't know if he could fully see the basket. That definitely affected the shot. It wasn't particularly close.
Absolutely. Another opportunity there, no good. Here's Cunningham back the other way. Cunningham shoots. Misses it. Eric Olkowski misses it. Opportunities there, but they're unable to execute.
I know he missed Eli, but you see why Eric Olkowski is such an important player. He is their tallest player, super important in the paint. He can go up for those big rebounds and put those big layups in.
Nice fake and a good 2 for Becton.
Yep, it was Rozon who just hit 1,000 with that mid-range jumper. And it missed me by the Gales.
He wants to continue on. Now, before entering today's game, his total stats for Rozon, 114 points already within 6 games that they played. Incredible.
What a player.
Indeed. And that doesn't include tonight's stats, by the way.
I'm really happy that he was able to hit 1,000 here at home on home court.
Yeah, and we were on the call for it. Seems like we like to do the 1,000-point games. We had Luke last year, now we had this. Should be new tradition. Either way the basket's made, foul is called on Marek Alkowski.
I believe that's his third, Eli, so he's in danger here of fouling out of this game. So got to be careful.
Watch.
Continuing to draw the fouls.
Once again, and at the line is Jonathan
And they're
Palsy.
making their free throws.
And that's one of their specialties right now, making free throws. That's what can help them. And they had so many opportunities to get into the paint and to get the to make free throw points. Most have been good so far. And just like that, it's back to a 10-point lead only for Gales. A tighter game than it should be. Here's Cunningham with Sam. Sam makes the basket, extends this lead for St. Mary's.
Perfectly timed, Eli. That was maybe like a split second later. That pass from Cunningham to Sam, the shot probably would have been blocked. So great play there by the Gales.
St. Mary's was the king of the half for blocks. The first half, they were the king for the blocks. Here's Juan Santos the other way. Santos with Sam makes the basket.
What a fourth quarter Xavier Sam's had, Eli. All 7 of his points have come here in the fourth quarter, and it's allowed the Gales to build a bigger lead here on the Caps.
5:30 remain. Watching around. Wallner underneath, loses it, stays with Becton. Reminder, tomorrow, Sports Monitor live at 10 in the morning, and join Jack and I on Tuesday as we recap the final week of the NFL season. Can't believe it's already here.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, Eli. St. Mary's next team is at Woodridge on Monday, right?
That is at Woodridge on Monday. Both the girls and boys are at Woodridge. Foul is called. No basket made. Cunningham shoots 2.
I think it's going to be an inbound pass.
Foul is on Warner. He will not shoot for 2. Instead, I believe that's a foul out. No, not a foul. Not a foul.
You know, Eli, this has probably been Matthew Kennedy's worst performance at Yale so far. I believe he has not scored since the first half, so he's due to get a basket here.
Instead, Santos tries and gets a foul.
Now, this time he will head to the line.
Yes, he will.
At least I think so. Sometimes we don't know with these refs, you know.
It's a new day, a new time, every day. Basket's made.
He's such a good free throw shooter, Eli. And he's such a good shooter in general. But sometimes he doesn't get a lot of points, and the reason why he lies because sometimes he's too busy defending the backcourt. He's such a good defensive guard, but he also has really good shooting abilities as well.
Misses the basket. Shot. No good. Cleared away and a foul. Is going to be called. Gales get control.
You like to see the Gales finish this game strong, Eli. Get the momentum going into Monday. Again, the last couple of games,
Yes, and those last games were last year, 2024. Speaking of 2024, it's the last day to say Happy New Year, they say. So Happy New Year. Cunningham instead says Happy New Year with a 3.
that was gorgeous, Eli, by BJ Cunningham. It looked like he had it over 3 for a better kind of close by, so he sidestepped it, completely wide open 3. And it was all net on that one, Eli. It's been his night, Eli. He is the leader of this team, and he is just a fantastic ball player, Eli.
Incredible indeed. Timeout called here. Welcome back, everyone. Talking about football during the commercial break. we'll have more about conversations about
New
that.
topic every commercial break.
Every new topic we'll do a commercial break. We would stick on it if this was baseball because it's a slower pace game, but basketball, we got to keep it all here. Shot for Becton, no good. Cunningham retrieves. 4:36 remain. Here's Garson, and a missed opportunity there. Circled around the world. Knocked into Cunningham. Offensive foul. Gales get control.
I want to go back to the play on the other side of the court, Eli. What an incredible pass by B.J. Cunningham. Literally threw it over the entire Becton defense to a wide open Noah Garson, who was right in front of net. Couldn't hit the layup, Eli, but my goodness, that was an incredible pass, Eli. And B.J. Cunningham was just having a ridiculous night.
Ridiculous indeed. Down the other way. There you turn around and wait. Look for the opportunities. Down by a lot now. They're going to need a miracle here to go forward. Shot with pressure. Basket is made. They're going to press at this point. We'll see what they can do here. Here's Reeves on the other side now. Reeves. Cunningham. Sam. Shoots. Missed it. Foul called. Guardsman, yeah. The whole game they have. Subs come in for the Gales. Quinton Bunnan, Jesse Calfan, Timmy Reeves, Kennedy stays, and Cunningham. Who's shooting?
Cunningham. It's like,
Well, they don't know.
I didn't think that was a foul on the shot. That looked like a foul on the floor. That looked like a foul, like while the ball was in the air. I think Noah Garson got pulled down while he was in the key. Looks like it's gonna be X though.
It is X, and now they're gonna just. The refs made a big mistake. Now they got to get everybody who is benched back out.
Yeah, you can see Coach Gosh. He's like my bad.
And one of them has to wait because he's going to head to the bench.
Watch it. The reason I think why they're on the line is because Becton has 5 fouls, so they're in the.
Paint, yeah.
Yep, they're in the bonus. Now all the stuff's gonna happen.
Except for one. Because they're going to go for the shooter next. 3:45 remain. And they'll get the sub to come in.
Job well done by Xavier Samuel. He really helped the Gales put this game away in the fourth quarter.
Here it is now. Becton down the other way. 3:39 to play. Looks around, shot for 3. Missed it. And will remain with Becton. Now, Bobby's a big Steelers fan. They take on the Bengals tomorrow. The Bengals need 2 losses and a win in order to make the playoffs. Very tough. I'm going with the Bengals, though, tomorrow. I'm sure Bobby's going with the Steelers. Jack, I think you have the Bengals.
I've got the Bengals.
Yeah,
Bengals,
Bobby's
Bengals and the Ravens.
the only one with the Steelers from our podcast crew. Basket made. We talk about football because why not?
That was a beautiful backdoor feed, though, Eli, on that basket.
But yes, indeed.
They've done some good work in the paint tonight. I'll give them credit there.
Just a lot of issues that they got to fix, especially with the travels. That's the biggest one.
That's a
And
travel.
speaking of a travel, Kennedy travels.
You can call that one from a million miles away.
Kennedy goes to the bench. Oh, Kowski comes back in.
Yeah, the Gales will bring their defensive first players out, Eli, to finish off this game. Make sure Becton can't come back.
Missed it there. Looks around. Out of bounds. 2:47 remain in this game. We appreciate you all for watching. And if you stay with us for the girls' game, you got to hear it twice. Double action. Jesse Calfan gets it in there.
Yeah, good job by Calfan. He just broke to the basket, and that was even outrace his defender and give the easy layup.
2:30 remain. Becton takes its time, has to watch the clock. Opportunity there. No shot. No walk called, as Bobby mentioned.
Good effort there by Calfan to get that rebound. He's kind of out of position, but was able to reach out with his right hand and get that board.
Cunningham and Okowski missed it.
I think that might have got blocked as well, Eli.
Shot there. And one for Becton. Trying to make this a 14-point game if the baskets go. And a 30-second timeout is called by Becton. We'll stay right with you. Great game so far. Gales in favor of winning. But yeah, tomorrow you got some football.
Yep.
And Sunday.
Yep, absolutely. It's going to be a great weekend of football. It's going to be cold. Make sure everyone's staying warm. Obviously, thank you guys all for staying with us. I know it's been a long day. We had the girls' game first at 4. And we a doubleheader first. We had a couple of those last season, but our first one this season. The next game for the boys, as you mentioned, Eli, will be Monday at Woodridge at 7 p.m. And that will also be our next broadcast here on our Turf TV.
As well as the girls.
Yep, another doubleheader on Monday with the girls at 4 and the boys at 7, both at Woodridge. Should be another division matchup.
Yes, indeed. It's in the Meadowlands Conference. I believe Woodbridge is playing tonight, so a lot more information for you come time next week. And it's also saying it's going to snow, so we'll keep an eye out for the weather first before anything else.
We'll see if we even have school, let alone the game.
Well, we'll see about that last one, Jack. We're pushing it on that one.
A great spin move by Cunningham to get out of that double team.
With the pressure is Becton. Becton controls it.
That was a smart play, Eli, by Quinton Bunn. It looked like he almost threw it right into the double team, but he threw it at the leg of the defender. Out of balance, Gales get another possession.
Here's Okowski and Quinton Bunn who loses it. And now Becton controls with less than a minute 33 to go. No walk there. An opportunity.
You can see Okowski's height, Eli, on that rebound. He's almost as tall as the net is. So, he can go up and get those boards for the Gales.
Crazy game here. Here's Reeves.
You can see Becton now with
Quinton
the
Bunn.
team.
A walk is called now. I think that was, I don't know.
It's Quinton Bunn.
I know, but you didn't see it on the other side, though, Becton?
I didn't.
I know, I'm saying, not you, Jack.
Oh, I'm sorry. Eli, it's been a long day, okay?
Fine, I get it. Just a minute 8 left, it's okay.
Now listen, Eli, I'm glad you're back because I really missed you on these broadcasts.
Yeah, I usually do the public address announcing for the games, but next couple of games will be away for both teams, so we'll be together for these games. Under a minute to go. Falcone for 3, no. Becton getting some potential final shots here. Here's Woolner. The Gales do not need to foul here. Oh, and he's begging it out on the floor. Travel's called. Becton ball.
Yeah, great defensive pressure by the Cats, Eli, to cause that offensive mismatch.
40 seconds remain. And the Gales will hold on from here. Are they going to slow it down? No, they're going to give it to Falcone. Falcone's going to effort it. Aaron Milne's got it. Noah Garson. Will they hold it? No, they won't. They're going to continue to fight. Falcone. Foul is called on number 2.
17 points in 11 seconds.
And he's also a Notre Dame fan, Bobby, so that's why he's very happy. They did win last night in the game, and they're on their way to Miami for the Capital One Orange Bowl. It's a tough one. They got Penn State. The committee got it wrong. As I mentioned, we'll talk more about it on Sports tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
No Penn State and Ohio State. I want a Big Ten national.
That'll be pretty cool. And a big rivalry, too.
Big Ten is the best conference in college football.
Becton's going to get a final shot. Well, they shut off the clock. The game's over, technically. Wow. Unfortunately, this guy, he's going to hide underneath the desk. No winner. Nobody wins. Nobody wins. We're going to start again. But I'm going home, though. Well, thank you for joining us. The Gales get the victory here. We'll see you on Monday versus Woodbridge. From Bobby Blatchek and Jack Rizzo, I'm Elijah Weintraub. Good night. Go Seahawks. Go Devils.
I'll go one.
You don't want to say it?
Go Steelers.
All right. Go Irish.